move. No one move. Anytime there's a collapse, it's like a house of cards. Very precarious situation. You touch a brick, you touch a 2x4, and you upset that delicate balance. So the thing to do is nothing. Don't move. Hopefully someone's going to come get to us. So I told everyone, don't move. Firemen don't have flashlights. Turn on your lights, just observe. That's what they did. After a little while, I told the guys, hey guys, let's turn off our lights now. We got to conserve everything. We'll turn off all the radios. We'll leave one radio on, my radio. I'm trying to make contact with the outside. And so we have only one radio on. We're sitting in darkness. I'm calling. After about an hour and a half, I make contact with another chief, a friend of mine, Mark Foran. I said, Mark, I'm in the North Tower, the B stairwell, with a group of people. His first thing he says to me, he says, Richard, you can't be there. There is no North Tower. I look around. I said, I'm here. He says, I'll get some people. He was off duty. You're going to read about it in the book if you get the book. And if you don't, then you ask some of your friends, because I can't get into everything. But he's off duty, so now he's trying to get a few guys together to come try to find us. And I don't have enough time to go into what he did, but it was amazing. So now we're trapped. I had this bullhorn with me. I said, Mark, I'm going to put the siren on. I had a siren function. I said, I'm going to put the siren on. You should be able to hear it. I put the siren on, the bullhorn, turned it off, went back to the radio. Do you hear that? No. Like, you got to get closer. I'll do it again. I started doing that every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, 20. 2 hours later, they can never hear it. So we're still laying there in darkness. I'm getting very lethargic. And, my thoughts weren't too pleasant. I'm thinking of a few different things. The previous Father's Day in Queens, New York, we had a fire in a 2-story masonry building, a hardware store. We had a fire in the building. We had 3 firemen in the basement when that building collapsed. They were alive. We were able to talk to them. We couldn't get them out in time of a 2-story building. Because anytime there's a collapse, and you guys deal with this stuff, like I said, the void is created, but it's very precarious. You can't bring heavy machinery in, or that's going to just collapse that void. So you have to try to hand dig. 2-story building, maybe you can do that. 110-story building with 6 8-foot steel girders, what do you do? So I knew this is the situation I'm in. I said, they're never going to find us. This is a crypt. I'm getting very lethargic, and I'm getting very tired. And I said, you know what? I'm getting real tired. I'm just going to close my eyes and go to sleep. Now, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, because I'm realizing, I'm probably slowly being asphyxiated. Lack of oxygen or carbon monoxide, something's putting me to sleep. That's what I'm thinking. I said, actually, this ain't going to be that bad. I'll just take a nice long nap. So I have and again, when you're in blackness, complete blackness, you don't know if your eyes are open or closed, because I told everyone to turn off your flashlights. They would turn them on for a second, but turn them back off. So I'm laying there in this blackness, and I'm looking up, I'm laying on my back, looking up at nothing, and also in one area, everything is black, but one area is like dark, dark gray. It seems to get a little brighter. So I'm staring at it. I turn away, I go back, I put my hand up. I'm pretty sure there's this dark gray spot, and it's above me. Now, there's firemen above me, too. We never bunched up. I told everyone, stay where you are, and that's what we all did. So after a while, I'm looking at it. I called out, I said, does anyone see that gray spot up there? And a couple guys say, yeah, what is that? Well, first of all, I'm glad they saw it. Because if they said they didn't see it, I was going to say I didn't see it either. But what it was this little crevice. It was there the whole time. We couldn't see it because of all the smoke and dust. The dust covered Manhattan. And then I told you when the towers came down, a lot of that fuel went into the surrounding buildings, started fires. The other buildings in the World Trade Center complex, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, were all on fire, completely engulfed. Any one of them fires would have been the biggest fire ever in New York City. Now we have them all going at the same time with the collapse. And all that smoke is mixing with all this dust, obscuring lower Manhattan, like you see here. So hours later, when the dust settled and the smoke shifted, because it burned for weeks, actually, months really, deep down seated fire, the smoke was there. But when it would shift and would let a little light through, we could see it. I'm running out of time, so I got to go through kind of fast now. I told everyone, don't move. I told Mark I could see a little bit of light. pushing the bullhorn towards that. They couldn't hear it. There were people above me. I finally said after a few more hours, I said, listen, nobody move, everyone stay where they are. I'm gonna slowly climb up, try to very gingerly climb up towards this light. So I'm climbing up. I see the guys, above me. I said, guys, just stay, just stay. I don't want, But, hours later, when there is, I'm crawling through, I'm climbing up, and all of a sudden I'm out. I'm on top of the biggest pile of debris in this whole debris field, right here. This is the North Tower. You can see the freestanding wall of the North Tower. And this pile of debris, which is really the biggest pile of debris. Now, the thing is you have to remember is that 16-acre hole that's 100 foot deep, that's all the debris is. Why this area stood, no one can tell you. There's, engineers will tell you everything. But just to give you some perspective, that pile is right here. That's the freestanding wall. That was the North Tower. That pile's right there. This was the South Tower. This was the Marriott Hotel, which is completely gone. That's building 1, 2. The Marriott Hotel was 3. That's 4, 5, 6. And that was building 7, that vacant lot right there. That was building 7, the building that came down later on that day, 48-story building that came down. So now I climb out. I'm over here. I'm on top of the debris pile over here. I turn my siren on, and Mark could hear it. Mark could hear it. He's about 3 blocks that way, where the debris is 30 feet high. And they're trying to get in. So they're climbing through different buildings. There was a Verizon, Verizon phone company. There was a Verizon building over here that they climbed in like on the 3rd floor, and then had to go through it and climb out on the 5th floor because that's how high the debris was. But then they couldn't get in. So they went a different way. Again, this is all in the book. It was very accurate. We couldn't stay where we were. So we finally just had to meander. Those of us that could, there were people injured seriously, some real serious, some fatally, that were with me. But once I'm out, those of us who climb out with us, we're getting very good information of which way not to go. Don't go north, don't go south, don't go east, and don't go west. Because we have people trying to get into us, other firemen trying to get into us for hours. They know we're there. They're trying to save other firemen. They're going to go through hell to do it, and they're saying it's impossible. Don't try to come out this way. We couldn't stay where we were, so we meandered in and out. We went like a maze. Finally, came out over here somewhere. So when I go around to groups and I talk to them, a lot of them say, well, what are some of the lessons that you're trying to tell us? And it's a couple of things, but number one, you have to put priorities on your life. Now, I can't tell any of you what your priorities should be, what's important. What I can tell you, anytime there's a tragedy or an emergency in your life or your community, or like here, it could be small, it could be a family, it could be a neighborhood, it could be a community, or like this, it could be a national tragedy. You become very focused on what's important. And what do you become focused on? Your next vacation, new car, new pair of shoes. Hey, you're all successful businessmen. Enjoy that. Enjoy everything that you earned. But really embrace what's important. Family and friends. We all work a little too hard, I think, especially people here. I know the kind of workers you guys are. You work hard. You deserve to enjoy life. Your family deserves to enjoy life. Do that. Enjoy them. Let them know. Then the other thing that happened, if you think back, September 11th, the people that did this thought they were going to destroy us. They were going to break the backbone of America. They were going to kill us. What happened back, if you think back then? We became a closer, more united country. Didn't matter what color you were, what religion you were, except for one maybe. Well, stuff didn't matter. What mattered was we became closer, more united. 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Remember how united we were as a country? What happened? Did we change as a people? Did we change? I don't think we changed. I think we're still the same people. So what happens to politicians? The politicians that are, as far as I'm concerned, ruining this country. with their partisan politics. They're all telling you all the problems are because of the other guys. Doesn't matter which side you're on, they're always pointing to the other guys. The other side, if everyone does what we want, we'll all be good. They're the problem, all of them. We got to get rid of them all. Let these people know that they're working for us, we're not working for them. We're not padding their, they make a law that everyone in the world has to abide by, except guess who? Them. Are we nuts or what? We re-elect these people? Okay, I'm going to get off my horse there, because I could go crazy. But really, because our differences that we have, you and the people, you with everyone in this room, are minor. We don't have major differences amongst ourselves. We have minor differences that could be easily overcome. But then what else? People say, well, how'd you get through it? Well, some of the things I told you already. My family and friends were tremendous. A lot of support. But then, the generosity of the American people. Generosity shown the fire department, especially the New York Fire Department, shown New York in general was overwhelming. Businesses, people, everyone supported us. Children of firefighters that were killed, they have college funds set up for them. That was tremendous to see that happened. That support and generosity, I thank you, because believe me, it helped. And better and more important than the financial support was the emotional support we got. The emotional support I got from everybody, and I'm still getting. Believe me, it helped. It definitely helped. So for that support and your generosity, I thank you. And then I'm going to say one other thing that helped me too. The American spirit. But what happened when I thought I was dying? This is a couple other pictures. Let me just go through them. Again, this is where I was right here. And this is it again. You can see it by yourself. Now, this is months later when they cleared it out. What this actually is, that's where we were. The wall was still up, all this debris was covered. It was just a big pile of debris. But that's one of the elevator shafts. I told you about all the elevators. And that's the stairway. That's the B stairwell. That's about, the top of that is about the 5th floor, and I was like right around there, maybe a little bit lower. I was around the 3rd floor. I started on the 6th floor, and then when it started, I just fell down. It just disintegrated. I fell down to about there. But now, the other thing that helped me, when the rescue workers were digging for months, in the middle of the debris field, this is what's in the middle of the debris field. I-beam, 2 pieces of masonry stuck to it, a piece of sheet metal over here. It's in the shape of a cross. Became a symbol for rescue workers down there. Became a strong symbol. We left it as was for as long as possible. We had to dig underneath it almost 100 feet. So we put it to the side, put it on a pedestal, and left it there. Became a symbol of faith. God bless America. Became very controversial too, to this day, because there are people that don't want it back. There's a museum being built. The museum is actually finished. It's not open yet. But originally it was going to go in the museum, and then the powers that be say, oh no, we can't have that in there. That's a symbol of religion. God forbid. No, that's what we are. We have our money, or we still do, I think. In God we trust. But it's a symbol. It became a symbol for us. I told you, what did I do when I thought I was dying? I prayed. Were my prayers answered? No, my prayers weren't answered. Please, God, make it quick. Sometimes when you pray, you think you want something so bad, be glad you don't get it. I was glad my prayers weren't answered. Sometimes unanswered prayers are the best things you could have. I thought this was settled. It was settled, and now there's a new administration taking over, and it's unsettled again. We don't know if it's going to be there or not. Well, I hope it is. I'll do everything in my power to have that put back in that museum. So basically, that's my story of September 11th. I know there's about 400 other stories in this room. I heard a few of them last night. I'm sure I'm going to hear a few more of them today. But again, I want to finish with one thing. I want to thank you for the generosity that you've shown to us, the American spirit. God bless America. Thank you very much. I don't know where the book is going to be. It's going to be somewhere, and I'm going to be there signing copies of whoever wants it. And I'd like to just finish with a short video that, if you could key that on the video.